Hey guys, you know how pretty much every job can sound interesting on paper? Well, today we're going to talk about account executives. Any job description for this role, you must have wondered, what exactly is fun about this job?
I don't know.
Honestly, at first glance, it mightn't really seem that appealing. After all, sales is a famously tough job.
Lovely.
There's lots of hard work, stress, and moments that make you want to pull your hair out. But despite all that, we promise you, it can actually be really rewarding. As an account executive, you're the main line of communication between customers and your company. Of course, that can be really stressful, but there's also plenty of fun involved in the job. Now, there are thousands of articles and videos about the roles and responsibilities of an account executive. You've probably seen some of them before, but we want to talk today about the little things. You know, those moments that make you want to put a massive smiley at the end of your sentence. With all this in mind, we've made a list of the most useful tips that you've probably never heard before to help you develop the best customer relationships. Now, if you can incorporate both skill and diligence into your work, ta-da! You're going to be the world's favorite AE. Before we jump right to it, here's a quick rundown of what an AE's responsibilities tend to be. Let's start off with closing accounts. Now, this basically means tailoring an offer to an individual customer and then sealing the deal. Now, the next stage is growing accounts, which is what comes after you close the deal. Now, that's basically creating opportunities to increase business with your existing clients. The next step is eliminating competitive threats, which sounds a bit more serious than it is. Basically, that's just making sure that your competitors don't steal your customers away from you. There are many ways to do this. So if you'd like a video dedicated exclusively to this topic with Active Collab's own experience and tips, make sure to let us know in the comments. Now, the final stage is maintaining and improving customer satisfaction. You usually do this by seeking regular feedback from your clients and then working on any issues you might have. Now, before we move on to our tips,
we need to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
You know, the thing you really want to hear about, the money. According to PayScale, the average AE salary in the US is currently $55,720 per year. Not bad. That pretty much covers it, give or take. So now it's time to move on to what we promised you at the beginning of this video, the little things. Or should we say, those extra steps that you can take to make yourself the best AE you can be.
But how? How?
Here's what you can do to take your game to the next level. Number one, optimism. There's no winning without optimism. And the sales business is all about healthy competition. Competitive optimism is what enables AEs to be resilient, to come back with better solutions, and to be always working towards the next win.
Say, go get him, Tiger!
Number two, charm. You've heard of the expression, works like a charm? Let's think about it differently. What about works like an account executive? Here's the thing, people don't like buying from businesses. They like buying from people they feel comfortable with. Aside from winning, this is definitely the best part of the job. Now, we're not saying that you have to make everyone like you, but remember what we said at the start of this video about smileys at the end of your sentences. It might not seem important, but those things really can make a difference. Number three, you gotta put yourself in your customers' shoes. Look, we know you're busy, but so are your customers.
I'm busy.
How busy would you say you are on a scale of 8 to 9?
So don't skip on that follow-up. Don't wait a day to respond. And even if you don't have an answer immediately, at least acknowledge the issue and let your customers know that you're working on it. It won't go unnoticed, trust us. Number four, you have to be a consultant. This is one of the most critical responsibilities of any AE. Consultative selling is simply about identifying a customer's needs and helping them get to the best solution. Rather than focusing on making the perfect sales pitch, Focus on having a meaningful dialogue with your prospect. Sometimes you will get an eye roll, but much more often you'll get a heartfelt thank you. So there you have it. All those little pieces of advice no one told you about being an account executive. We're not saying that all of those articles about roles and responsibilities aren't worth reading, but stepping up the game in today's business world is crucial. So what are you waiting for? Start doing the little things now. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.